What's up, guys? TK back with another video. So today I want to go over how you guys can deal with team building frustrations and how it's not the end of the world, okay, if you are not a strong team builder. But before we get into that, don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video and consider subscribing, as your support is greatly appreciated. You know, help your boy out, try to build the channel. We did get past the 10K mark, so let's get to 100K, you know what I'm saying? But you know, it's gonna take a few years, but we'll see. But anyway, without further ado, let's jump into the topic. Team building in Pokemon is a very difficult process, but it's a rewarding process, okay? To understand how to do it, you must have a grasp of the type of Pokemon that are available in the specific rule set of the format you are trying to participate in. So that's like singles, doubles. I don't know, you know, y'all could play like, what's the other thing? Free for all, like things like that. There's a whole bunch of ways you can play Pokemon, but you need to understand that first. And you need to also understand what are the strongest Pokemon in said format by analyzing base stats, typing, and what other players are using as well. This can be difficult because let's say you're working on the EV spread of a specific Pokemon, right? And you're confused on how you should allocate those points. You need to have an understanding of the Pokemon on your team as well as what others are using in the format to even get started on allocating these points. Let's say, for example, you got a Tailwind team, and you're running like Scarlet. Scarlet has a base speed of like 85. Well, depending on, like, since you're running Tailwind and since you plan on functioning under Tailwind, you might not need to max out his speed. You might only need a certain amount of speed so you can outspeed the fastest thing in the format, which is right now is Dragapult. So he has 142 base speed. So maybe you only need enough speed EVs. 107 for you guys. You need 107 speed to outspeed Dragapult under Tailwind. So maybe you only need that much speed to allocate on Scarlet, and then you could put the rest in the bulk so you can survive hits. See what I'm saying? So you need to understand these things to start even get started on being able to allocate points. But it can be frustrating to build a team of Pokemon that you like, then use this team against other players, and then notice the team is not performing very well, which leads you back to the team building drawing board, and then you like pulling your hair out because, oh, I want to play with these mons, but they're not performing very well against all these meta mons, and that's where people get frustrated and they like drop the game. But I'm here to tell you that there is no shame in not being a good team builder, guys. Like, there's no shame. You can become a very good player without ever being able to build good teams. Like, you can literally do this, okay? There are very strong VGC players who just use powerful teams created from other players, and they place very well in tournament. You could call this net decking. I don't know if you guys play Yu-Gi-Oh, but basically this is like, let's say you're playing like a card game, like, I don't know, Magic the Gathering or something, and then there's a very strong, like, established player. He puts his, or he or she puts their deck list on the internet, and then people just copy it, and then they enter like tournaments with that same deck list. People will shame this, but I'm telling you, man, there's no shame in this because, like, let's say somebody crafts a strong team and then you play in a tournament and then you place well. Well, like, that just shows that you're a good player, right? That literally proves that you don't have to be a strong team builder to be a good player. And like, this also works in vice versa, by the way, guys. Like, you can be a strong team builder and not be a strong player. This works in vice versa, okay? So don't let anybody shame you if you're not a good team builder and you're like, team building's for the birds. I'd rather just play strong stuff. Like, there's no shame in that. You could do that. Focus on the actual game, which actually that matters the most. Team building is like the process that gets you into the game. But, like, you know, if you don't want to team build, you don't have to. Just, you know, just play strong teams and then actually practice the game with those strong teams. Just get an understanding of the team. But yeah, you can absolutely be a strong team builder and not a very strong player, and vice versa. So like I said, don't beat yourselves up if your team building isn't up to par. Like, you know how you level up in game? You got to level up in real life too. You got to understand that time, like, when you're practicing something and you're just getting started, time is your greatest ally. As long as you don't quit, you don't lose, okay? When you quit, that's when you take the L. But if you apply, if you practice and then you fail, but then you go back to the drawing board and then you fail again, if you keep doing that, eventually you will break through, okay? You don't lose when you fail, you lose when you quit, okay? That's how it works. You can extrapolate that to anything in life. But let's say, you know, you're getting frustrated. Just take a break. Take a break from team building for a while. Rent out other teams that perform well and play those teams. Just play those for a while. Just take a break from team building and play those teams. Maybe you will get some inspiration from playing those said teams when it comes to your own team building fundamentals, okay? Maybe you just need ideas, you know? Maybe you just like, it ain't working out and you're like, yeah, I'll play some strong teams and kind of try to get a grasp on how people built this team. And then what you can do is extrapolate that knowledge from that from playing that said team. You're like, okay, I can throw my little twist on it here, throw this Pokemon here. And then there you go. Look, you use somebody else's team to get inspiration to build your own team. That's how it works, guys. That's how it works. But yeah, that's all I really have for this video. So like I said, don't beat yourselves up, man. This is a process. But if you learned something today, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one, okay? Peace.